Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer. Today we'll be building a little bit more of the Midlands to London map, and we're going to be working on the East Coast Main Line again. In the last episode we rebuilt King's Cross Station so it's more accurate, and it has the new terminus built, not the new terminus, the new concourse building as well. But I thought what I want to do is I want to try and get the East Coast Main Line finished basically and in a good state, so we can kind of move on. I think it's one of the first lines that I built fully because it was only short anyway. It only goes as far as Stevenage, so it's not particularly long, but there are a few things I need to do before I can kind of move on with it. So what I would like to do is I'd like to build Thameslink, which is straightforward enough, but it does require a junction to be constructed for it to work properly. So there's a junction that takes trains to Moorgate, but it's here. And it's absolutely enormous. It's the the Finsbury Park Junction and the Canterbury Curve as well. And I've already got this grade separated junction in here. So what I'm going to have to do is demolish a lot of track. Yeah, so I'm going to have to shorten this second tunnel, unfortunately, and I'm going to have to try and make this grade separated junction a lot more compact as well. So this probably is going to have to be. Let's just take a look. I don't want it to be too short, obviously, because it's quite a significant tunnel. So I'd like to try and retain as much as I can, but at the same time, this junction does have to be included in some form. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to build Finsbury Park Junction fully, but we will. We'll just have to see how much we can get done in this episode. That's definitely smoothing. So we want from there, maybe to about there. It still gives us a significant tunnel. It still gives you, like, so you know you're in a tunnel, and that's definitely water as well, isn't it? I don't want to be building in water if I can help it. So something like that to about there, and then we'll build this tunnel. Yeah, because what I was thinking is I haven't done any. I don't think I've done any cab rides for this, have I? I might have done one, maybe like a short one, but I'd like to do like a full cab ride. Catenary, yes. Just have the tunnel to about there and there. So yeah, I've got a load of cab rides from the Northern Powerhouse series which I'm thinking about releasing, or I am releasing kind of bit by bit, but I haven't actually done any for this. So what I want to do is I'm just trying to retain that junction if I can, just so I can see it. So it is actually, has that generated? Yeah, it has. I thought that generated a tunnel portal. So yeah, I'll be releasing the Northern Powerhouse cab rides that were for patrons, but I think that was like 2 years old now, so I don't think the patrons would mind me releasing those cab rides now. But I would like to do some for this series as well. So what I need to do is build that track on the flat 94. That should be fine. It's slowing down there anyway. And then what? And then maybe a bit more track. Yeah, let's get rid of those. It's kept the tunnel portal. There's a bit of creasing going on there with blue mantle, but not to worry, I'll fix that later on. Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of picture it in my head, enough track so I can get this track down, but obviously I do need to kind of squidge it up as much as I can as well. So let's go to buildings, no, track construction, and then how many? It's just one track above, isn't it? So get all the angles right first of all. So try crossing angle, flip that round, lower track to retaining walls, that one, lower track number 2, upper track 1, track type high speed track with catenary, something a bit like that. Crossing angle wants to be as flat as physically possible. I think I might be able to get away with that, and I think I want upper radius to just put a bit of a curve on that. Something a bit like that. And then I think what I'm going to have to do is, this could potentially be really ugly, is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me do that anyway. Maybe if I go to the tram track, CW tram tracks, and do that's better. Let's just see what sort of, I mean, it is very tight. It's going to be slow, I know that much. There's not a lot I can do about it. Something a bit like that. Let's just take a look. It doesn't actually, it's tight and it is slow. Let's take a look at the speed profile. 29. Yeah, I think I'll have to live with that in order to get this, because this This grade separated junction is like really important because it obviously separates the up down fasts from the up down slows from like the Thameslink services. So you do need that separation there. Right, so that's fine, that's into there. Just means that's going to have to be quite slow as well and push out a little bit, and then just kind of wrap it straight around again. Yeah, quite slow. Yeah, it's not particularly great because basically the way it's designed, can I make it any flatter? I don't think I can. Like the junction's like really compact and all of the tracks are really parallel. They're not kind of pushed out or bowed or anything, but I think given the space constraints that we have, that's as much as we're going to get away with. So we'll build our 4 tracks. I'm just going to build the 4 tracks for now, and then we are going to come back and demolish this, but I just want to make sure I've got all the tracks kind of lined up in the right sort of place. Yeah, Finsbury Park Junction is like even bigger than this, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to build it all. We'll take a look. Might have to do a compacted version just to get the Thameslink service to work more than anything. Right, so we'll go back to these tram tracks, and then again just bring it down to about there, and then we just upgrade to the high-speed track again, and that gives us a nice, and it's a slow junction, but it does what we need it to do. It's a roller coaster. That's yeah, that is very much roller coaster-ish, but needs must, unfortunately. Yeah, actually I could, no, that's as low as you can. Let's just go to track construction. How low was it? 8, yeah, 8 meters is about as low as you can go with a wired. I don't think I could go, let's try 7. It's not really going to make much difference anyway. No, don't build another one. It's not going to make much difference. Have I built 2 of those? I don't think really. Let's just take a look. If I go 7 meters, it's still going to produce a roller coaster. Yeah, the catenary's completely covered, so yeah, it's going to have to be 8 meters. I could do 7.5, but really it just seems a little bit pointless. Okie dokie, so we've got that in there. I think the next thing is, have I got a route on this line? I have. That is a freight line, isn't it? Tilbury service. Let's just pause the game. Yeah, I think this line, this North London line, is already like way out where it should be, but I think we're just gonna have to push it a little bit further out just to get this in. Yeah, let's demolish all of this. I'll probably rebuild this later on off camera because it's just yeah, needs must. Just trying to get 2 really, well, not really one really complicated junction and 1 grade separated junction in a tiny little space on a map that's not to scale. It's not very easy. I'm not sure what this bridge was for. I need to go back and repaint all my tracks on as well, the tracks that I tend to build eventually. So you'll have that, and then I think what I'll do is I'll delete all of this track again, and then this gives us the space that we've got to kind of play with then for our junction. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten all of this out just so I've got a nice build plane, and maybe just smooth that a little bit. So yeah, this junction here, this grade separated junction, you know, you've got a good, I'd say a good mile, no, half mile, quarter of a mile before this, but obviously with the scale of this, we're going to have this junction straight away. So what we're going to do is take a look at my, just instigate my drawing briefly just to get my head around it again. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have 2 tracks. Is that important? Yeah, no, I think I'm going to try for just 2 tracks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with a big box again. No, we're not just going to plonk one down. We're going to go with a big box, 4 tracks above, 4 tracks, 2 tracks below. Oh yeah, so lower tracks 2, upper tracks 4 this time. And then we're going to, oh, that's in the right direction, and we're just going to reduce the crossing angle a little bit. Collision. Oh yeah, I've set the height to 7.28, haven't I? That's fine. Right, so if I chuck that in, maybe if I just, no, don't increase the height. Stop it. Okie dokie, so that's not working. Right, why isn't that? Everything's messed up. How do I lower this? I don't know. Yeah, since the update, which I know was a long time ago now, everything's just complete. All like the keyboard bindings are just messed up. I don't want keyboard bindings kind of bound to this because I want to lower this, and I don't know how. Because it's just because I've got it bound to page up and page down. Can I do anything else? Can I do it manually? I don't think I can. Can I? I can change it. Don't know. Right, I'm just gonna have to chuck it in here and hope for the best. That's a little bit frustrating, if I'm honest. Yeah, because normally what I do is, I know sometimes page up and page down does change these figures, but normally if I right click on the screen, it lets me page up and page down this, move it up and down basically. And in this instance, it's not letting me, which is a little bit frustrating, and I've built that in the wrong place. Okie dokie, so I've just changed, I think I've pretty much changed them to the old settings, which is like the comma and the full stop, I think, is like the original settings anyway. So let's give that a whirl, see if that works. Let's just, I'm just trying to find good orientation for this. So about there, maybe just tab it down, just take a look at that. Let's just see what that does. So let's get rid of these tracks again, and we have an autosave. Okay, yeah, so get rid of these tracks. This should help, well, at least on this end, with the roller coaster effect. Let's just build some tracks. So from there up to there, let's just take a look. It's not too bad, but what I am worried about, no, I'm not, that's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Right, let's get this into, we can actually extend that out a little bit actually as well, so that's good. Actually. And then just obviously get that hooked up to there like so, and then can I just I'll have it parallel for as long as I can have it, and then kind of just a little bit of a kink off to the side to go around the grade separated box. So yeah, still, I think we could still make that a little bit better, couldn't we? We've got a little bit of space to play with, so we may as well kind of make use of it. So maybe it's about, maybe hold shift just to start to bring that away, and then yeah, to about there, and then join that up. It's still quite roller coastery, especially on that side, but there, yeah, that's needs must. So that's there, and then I think I will just have these tracks coming into here, which does actually, like Finsbury Park station itself is like 6 tracks or more, 2, 4, 6, 7 tracks I'm thinking. I think right, okie dokie. So we've got these, yeah, there's 2 sets of grade separation going on here, which is like complicating things. Let's just build these 2 tracks for now, but I can see why it's needed. And handily, I don't know if there's a new update, the open rail maps now shows the up downs on the actual track, so you can actually see which are the up down tracks, which is really helpful. So obviously this is down slow, up slow, down slow, down fast, up slow. So this track here does need to meet up with that track there. So we'll have another little bit of track coming off here, and then just raise that up a bit. Just want to make sure it's not ugly. Let's come alongside, raise it up, maybe just reduce this ever so slightly. Nope, it's doing that thing again where it's not letting me. I'm definitely pressing the right buttons. It's doing that thing it did on the mainline playthrough where it just wasn't letting me have any control of the track. Why is it doing that? It just does seem to be loads of like glitches and things. That's right. That's because it's right underground, maybe. Okie doke. I was just about to blame the game, but it's my fault apparently. Let's just want that level with that track there, so some level-ish anyway, about there. And then I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to have this junction coming straight into here. We're just not going to get the tracks in that we need within the space that we've got left. Press it up. I'm pressing page up and page down now because I've changed the keyboard bindings. Let's just get that into there. Yeah, so this junction should be a lot more complicated. Let's just double check that's not ugly. Looks okay-ish. And then obviously these tracks are going to have to do something. I think I'm just going to have them slew in. Actually, having said that, I think what I'll do is I'm going to extend, because like these tracks here, actually where's the North London line? Yeah, because basically it looks like 6 or 7 tracks all the way to Alexander Palace, so I think we can kind of get away with that. And I think what I'll do as well is meet this up. Can I? No, that's the question, is it? Right, can I get this in here without this looking rubbish? Let's give it a go. I just want this bit of track to kind of come in to this, which is a, what are you? You're the up slope, right? So let's get a switch in here. Pressing page up again. Just want a little bit of a switch there, and then actually no, let's not have it there. Let's have it a bit further down, say about here, and then just hold shift so I can get that in a bit tighter, and then just lower it down until we are kind of levelish, maybe just dipping down a little bit, and then let's see if I can just get that hooked up to there, which I can. So it makes it a little bit better. So basically we've got like an up slow here now. So basically these, I think I'll just have this up slow. It actually doesn't really matter too much, to be honest, and then I'll just bring that into there. So that's, don't know what that would be. That would be a down, but obviously the down slow is coming into this side here, and then kind of the North London line is like around here somewhere. So 1, 2. So at least we've improved the realism. Well, do I want to say realism? We've made it a little bit better. Let's just put it that way. We've made the East Coast Main Line a little bit more accurate, as much as accurate as we can kind of physically get it within the constraints. And that's actually not too far. That hasn't pushed the North London line too far out, has it actually? And I think what I'll do is I'll just flatten that, and we might actually be able to build the North London line where it was. Just obviously making sure this bridge is completely flat. We'll have a big girder without touching the catenary. Let's just raise it up a little bit, making sure it's level. Big girder bridge. You're like miles up now. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, I think, oh god, okie dokie. Yeah, I think that'll do the job. And then we obviously want to change it to that one. I just want to use the thicker girder because it is quite a long span, that, so it does need to be quite a substantial bridge. And then can I just, right, okay, I'll build 2 bits of track on embankment, and then obviously I just need to build that second bit just so I can build my bridge, and then obviously this goes off somewhere. Keep that raised up a little bit. It doesn't really matter too much about the speed of this because at the minute we've only got the freight service using it, so it's not really particularly high speed. And then just get that connected up. Do that. I think it is electrified, this line, but unfortunately because the kind of the section into Tilbury isn't electrified, that unfortunately the freight trains have to be diesel. I'll reconnect that up later, but actually I'm not unhappy with that, to be honest. It needs a little bit of work tidying up and whatnot, but we've got 2 like really big grade separated junctions. We've got quite a complicated junction in there. We've got a junction to Moorgate that will work at least, and hopefully nothing's broken. Everything's broken. Right, let's just check the electrification of this. Yes, the raw electric train. I've made sure my crossover boxes are electrified. That's all electrified. You don't need to moan. I think you just need spinning round. Yeah, let's just spin all of these round. They'll be fine. Oh, you're a freight train, that's broken, that's fine. Yes, I know, I'll fix you later. Let's just see what it's doing to our route. So, still following this. This is still like an up slow. Is it? Yeah, and that's the up slow, and that's the down slow. But what this just means is we can start to think about building Thameslink. Yeah, you can see why this particular grade separated junction is important. Obviously because of the Thameslink terminus platforms, and because of the Thameslink tunnel as well, which goes to St Pancras, which we might take a stab at in the next episode. What I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to do some detailing around East Coast Main Line. I want to add at least 1 more station just to make it a little bit, just to give it a little bit more life, make it a little bit more accurate. Maybe 2 stations perhaps between here and Welwyn Garden City. And oh yeah, I didn't show you my Google Office as well, so we've got these Google offices that are being constructed. I think they're still under construction, but I've already got them here because it is a huge feature kind of looming over King's Cross almost. So that'll make things look a bit cool once we start to do a cab ride. So there we are, we've got that junction in, which I'm relatively happy with-ish. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.